quick little question. Does anyone know the theme this week? What are they going to be talking about? What are the stories about? Anybody? Anyone in the audience know what we have? Magician beans. Clothes, magical beans. Closer. Well, it's actually, is that wins. Vampy wins first person to answer it right. We are going to be talking about, the stories are all going to revolve around magic beans. So I can't wait for this. If anyone grew up with Jack and the Beanstalk, this is a tale to see what these storytellers have reimagined for us today. Welcome once again. Please hit that star. If you're new to my stream, please hit the star right above my name. I am Mej, and hit me at a favorite. Please kindly favorite my top 3 supporters of the stream. It's a top badge Smurfy, who's also a judge today. OG Lucky, please hit her up with a favorite. Also, Coco Sweets. Make sure you hit all 3 of them up with a favorite. I already see 2 guests, and the rest of the guests kindly request the box. I will be taking them one at a time, and we'll get the show started. But first, what is the story all about? Some of the things that we're looking for. Someone who is going to follow the theme, come up with a plot, a protagonist, an antagonist, a whole entire storyline revolving around the theme, and be engaging, be dramatic, have a great backdrop, everything that will make for the amazing tale to be told. And if anyone is interested in being a storyteller, please message myself. There's Boricua Queen, she's one of my admins. There's also Canon, if she's still in the room. Canon, Boricua Queen, and myself are admins for the show. Please make sure you are hitting us up if you're interested on being a part of the storytelling show. And today I am going to have an amazing time listening to these stories. And as we're doing so, please make sure you're always favoriting my supporters and favoriting me as well. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as my guests are requesting the box, here is Emoji J with our introduction. welcome once again. Please kick back, grab a cocktail, and be enchanted by these stories. That's the right word, enchanted, because they are tales about magical beings. So, welcome to my stream, Once Upon a Mesh Story. I am your host, Mesh. Please make sure you're favoriting my top three supporters of the stream. And we are going to welcome our first guest, who is going to give a brief introduction on themselves, and then they're going to jump right into their tale of the magic beans.
Hi.
Vampy, welcome. I'm going to go on mute. Kindly introduce yourself and then tell us your tale.
All right. My name is Vampy. Everyone knows me as Magician Bob Assistant. We have every show every Friday, 7 p.m. EST. Um, and I get around a lot on the app, and not everyone knows me so far. So I don't think I really need an introduction. All right. I'll jump into my story. I woke up with a bright idea. I was like, what did I switch want to cook today? I jumped out of bed, put on my clothes, slipped my feet into my house slippers. Then I go outside to my patch. I need to gather some ingredients for some witch's stew. I go out to the patch, pick some ginger snap tomatoes, corn, carrots, but there's one thing that is missing: my precious basil leaves. I said, "What is a stew without any basil leaf?" I looked over to my right. I see something shimmering in the garden. I was like, "Oh my, what is this?" I picked them up. I said, "Oh, where did these beans come from?" So I put the tiny beans in my little pouch. I carried them to my car. I said, "I know where I'm going to plant these, right beside my house." So on the next day, I go outside, planting the beans, water them, and then early that morning, after 4 hours later, I saw a little stem ready to sprout. I said, "Are those basil leaves?" I jump around with shout and beans. The beans that I planted is no doubt to be what I needed in my spiritual stew. In glee, I said, "Basil leaf is the missing ingredients in my stew." I got all the ingredients that put my stew together. I threw everything to my cauldron, starting with the ginger snap, tomatoes, Dracula blood, corns, and carrots. Then I forgot, oh, let me go to my precious basil leaves. When I went to go grab my basil leaves, they was gone. I come out with anger. Who stole my basil leaves? So now my stew won't be complete. I heard two little children laughing. "You crazy old hag, I stole your basil leaves. You cannot catch me now." I dropped down to my knees, my hands soaked into the soil, hovering the spot where I planted the beans. And I started to cry. My tears fall all over where the beans was planted then. I saw the little stem again, then I dried up all my tears. The beautiful basil leaves started to grow rapidly at every second. I picked the leaves up, brought them inside. I threw them into my cauldron. As the stew was still cooked, I sat here rocking in my rocking chair reading a book about a little boy who cried giant. He was the same situation, finding some random magical beans, and it grew a beanstalk with giant leaves on top of it. But anywho, this isn't my story to tell. I wish you all well. This was just a tall tale about a witch finding some magical beans that grew her some basil leaves to go into her stew. The end. I'm sorry, so nervous.
Nothing to be nervous about. Thank you so much, guys. Please make sure that your favorite thing, Vampy, she's a streamer on the app. Make sure you hit her up with a favorite. You look absolutely witch like. Thank you. Bye, Vampy. I appreciate you, my love. Will all the guests who are storytellers kindly request the box? Welcome, everyone to Once Upon a Mystery. I am your host, Mesh. Please hit that star above my name and hit me with a favorite. Kindly favorite my top three supporters of the stream. And this will bring us to our next guest, Emoji Mike. Emoji Mike, welcome. Thank you for being a
Hello.
storyteller on my show. Please introduce
Thank you for having
yourself
me.
and jump right into your tale about the magic beans.
Of course, of course. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Emoji Mike. This is my first time making an appearance in a while. I do host a fun little game every Monday nights called Match Game Live. So feel free to check that out. I do have other things planned either on Instagram or the calendar. You can check that out whenever you'd like. If I get into detail now, you'll think I already told my story. So without further ado, I will get into my lovely magic tale about a bewitching brew. Here we go. Every morning when I wake up, as I'm sure most people do, I indulge in the bewitching brew of morning magic. Then, of course, there are those that prefer decaf, but that's neither here nor there. To each their own. One morning in particular, however, was unlike my usual mornings. This one was different. This one felt different. I made my brew as always, took a sip, tasted the same, but for some reason, it wasn't giving me the same energy it usually gives me. I didn't feel that spark that ignites my daily fuel to make it through. It was like having a tall glass of warm milk. Comforting, relaxing even. Oh, but now I just want to go back to sleep. Before I knew it, I was back in bed and off to dreamland. Not even an hour later, I was awoken by an entrancing aroma. But it wasn't coming from my kitchen. The aromatic ambiance was coming from outside through my window. I followed my nose to the source of this pleasant surprise, and as I looked outside, I saw something that was undoubtedly an unfathomable phenomenon. Definitely not what I nor my nose was expecting to see or smell. Towering over my home was an enormous, gorgeous specimen, appearing to be some sort of beanstalk? Clearly, I must be dreaming, I thought to myself. I even took another sip of my now cold brew just to make sure I wasn't drinking anything of the hallucinogenic variety. After discovering that this 85-foot tall behemoth of a plant was not a figment of my imagination, I began to curiously imagine its majesty, examine its majesty, sorry. Its height, its color, its curiously yet unusual, suspiciously familiar fragrance. How on earth does something of this magnitude just spawn out of nowhere and so quickly? Never before have I been so perplexed. As I went to go fetch my ladder and ascend to the top of this, whatever you want to call it, I could hear what sounded like a faint, melodic voice coming from above. Of course, because this massive tree trunk on steroids doesn't garner enough mystique on its own. Approaching the top, this thing started to disappear into a giant cloud. Then suddenly, through the density of this pristine, velveteen marshmallow of a cloud, extended a hand, followed by an angelic voice that uttered so gently, I knew you would trust me. Though the hand nor the voice rang Though the hand nor a voice rang a bell of familiarity to me, I reached out, and as I was pulled into the surface, I was greeted by a beautiful woman with deep brown eyes and jet black hair, two distinct figures that actually were familiar to me. She proceeded to say, in case you haven't guessed by now, this is indeed a magical beanstalk. But not like the ones we read about as kids. This one produces coffee beans, hence the aroma in the air. This one, oh yeah, sorry. My apologies. The source of the magic, however, came from you. And in order to enjoy this bewitching brew of morning magic properly, your heart must always be willing to trust it as you have always trusted me. There she goes with that trust word again. Trust you? I don't even know you. I barely even laid eyes on you before this moment. Though I must say that I look into your eyes, I feel an unexplainable sense of comfort, familiarity, peace, tranquility. You didn't notice where this beanstalk sprouted from, have you? You do know me, and trust me very much. I had to alter my appearance so we could see each other again without you being afraid of me. Going forward, you shall never be afraid of your daily you shall never be without your daily cup of coffee again. Take this special mug. To get It will always be filled with the right amount of energy to get you through any day, so long as you trust that my love, the true magical source of your energy, will always be with you. We then embraced each other. I closed my eyes. She gently whispered, I love you. Thank you. As I opened my eyes to ask what she was thanking me for, she was gone. The cloud was gone. The stalk was gone. But somehow I was back inside. The next morning, I woke up with a burst of energy, ready to tackle the day. As I was moving about doing my chores, I couldn't help but look out the window. I started crying once I finally realized that the magical beanstalk was temporarily in the spot of my loved one's memorial tree. I looked, I took my bewitching brew of morning magic outside, sat right in front of what I now call my guardian tree, took a sip, looked up into the crystal clear blue sky, and calmly replied, I love you too. Thank you. I'm sorry, I know that was a bit long.
Well done. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
Whew.
If no one has Emoji Mike already favorited, please go ahead and do so right now. He is a streamer on the app. Please make sure that you hit him up with a favorite. Go give him a visit as well. Please wait in the audience with the rest of the storytellers. Thank you.
Of course, thank you so, so
Bye,
much. I
love.
love you. Mwah. Thank you.
So at this time, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome to all. This is Once Upon a Mejstory. I am your host, Mej, and today we are going to be regaled with amazing, magical person joining our box is my sissy, Joe Bess. Would you kindly go ahead and introduce yourself to us? And then please do tell us your story, your magical story. All the rest of the other guests, kindly please request the box. Thank you.
Hi, y'all. My name's Joe Bess. I stream on the apps kind of sporadically right now. I'm trying to get back to a regular schedule. So my store. Oh, but I do want to highlight, I am going to be on Sunny's Taboo Topics on Tuesday at 9 p.m. discussing narcissism. So it'll be a therapeutically oriented discussion with myself and Uma B. So that'll be fun. Okay, so today I'm here to discuss magical beans. However, when the topic came up, I realized I remembered something from a couple years ago that occurred. Hmm. So one morning I was in my bedroom and I heard this scratch at the door. And I don't normally open the door, but for that reason someday I did. And there was a beautiful can at the bottom of my stairs, right at the bottom of my doorway. And I picked it up and it was beautifully decorated. It was about this big, about that around, and it said magical beans on it. And on it, it had the picture of these beautiful beans that were iridescent and multicolored. And I was so excited to have been given these magical beans. I've heard so much in my life about the magical beans that I was excited. So I immediately opened the can of magical beans. And you know what? They were all spoiled and rotten. They were dead, spoiled, and rotten, those magical beans. I'm just saying. But subsequently, 2 days later, I got a phone call. there was a sad little girl in the hospital, and she needed a friend. So I drove straight to the hospital, and there was a little girl I had known since she was 9 years old, so sick. I don't know who the call came from. The beans were in the garbage, so I don't think it was them, just saying. But she was so sick, and I said, let me take her home. I'll take care of her. So I took her home, but she kept getting sicker and sicker, and we didn't know what was wrong with her, this sweet little girl. And so we took her to the hospital, and she stayed there for a month, and she almost died. And I was like, well, if she has to go to the hospital, who's going to help this little girl? She has no one. She's a little orphan, a little orphan. So I went to the hospital with her, and I stayed with her for a month. And during that month, we fell in love. She's my little baby. She almost died, but we kept going. We kept going. And a month later, she came out of the hospital, and she kept getting better and better and better. And then do you know what happened? One day she turned into a princess. And she's all better now, and she's a little princess. And by the way, I adopted her because she's a great kid. So that's the story of my beans and my magical princess.
Sissy, thank you. Thank you, my love.
Love you.
Guys, please make sure we favorite Joe Best. Go visit her stream. She is quite hysterical. She's got a lot of little gadgets in there. She yeah, you
I
have
love you.
you have to experience a stream that she hosts to get the full meaning of what I'm gonna say, the gist of anything. But she's one of my magical sisters on here, and I love you to death.
I love you, Meji. I'll be here anytime.
All right, baby. Thank you so much. Everyone, please hit her up with a favorite. Thank you, Joe Best. Welcome anyone who is just joining us. This is Once Upon a Mejstory. And today we are going to be enchanted by these storytellers. Yes, I said it right. Enchanted, because they're tales about magical beings. Who's the next storyteller? Got to stick around and see who has requested the guest box. Guests, kindly request the guest box. And we have, great, all lined up. At this moment, we are also going to acknowledge our top 3 supporters of the stream. That is Top Badge Smurfy, Skinny Mini, and Top Badge Role Model Fresh. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the stream. And please make sure you're hitting that star above my name as well. I am Mej. So you can always return every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Once Upon a Mejstory. If anyone is having any difficulty in requesting the box, kindly exit and return. Sometimes there's a little guest box issue. I believe our next guests are Lips Shine and Find Me Nemo. And here we have Find Me Nemo. Kindly introduce yourself to us, sir, and then we can't wait to get your enchanting tale about these magical beans.
Magical beans. I refuse to speak like Mej. Hi guys. So I am Find Me Nemo. You can find me on these meet me streets. We do have a show on Thursdays, but all that is link in my bio. If you want it, you go get it. A few things out of the way. Kitty Commander, favorite Kitty Commander because it's the Kitty Meow Meow fight. And now, my interpretation of the magic bean is more of a song, more of a love story, one may would say. So here's a little song. Hopefully I'm not going to butcher this. And I want you guys to pay a close attention to how many flavors of beans I'm going to say. So y'all have to pay attention and let's see how many flavors you can hear. So hopefully we're all locked in. Are we ready? Let's go. Do, re, mi, do, re, mi. Hopefully you guys can hear the tune. Here we go. The first time I saw her, I was at the train station. She was blueberry and bubble gum selection. At first, I thought she was oriental, but as I get a bit closer, I know her origin was blatant. Best of both worlds, caramel complexion. I swear when she smiled, I almost got on her. Lemon lime eyes, they shine like emeralds. And when she gave me the wink, I only could think of my... She tells me her name as I approach her. I'm your magic bean, pina colada. Come a little bit closer. I said, is that Spanish? She said, I say kosher. The whole time I'm imagining it would it be like to taste her? Trains pulls up on it, we get on it together. As we get to know each other better, she gives me a number and a kiss and a root beer. And we parted. Damn it, I've butchered it. Anyway, we're going. Get out of my mind. Magic beam, get out of my mind. My love is way out of... 1 week and toasted marshmallow later, I don't want to seduce this bean, man, I want to date her. She's got a great shell, a hint of sugar. Next time we'll meet, I can't come any sooner. We arranged to go for a drink at the bar. She's already there waiting for me. She looks the part, even more yummy than remember. Chocolate pudding, drop dead gorgeous. Her back is tight and her eyes are bloody enormous. Hand in mind, we walk into the bar and we look at the guy that looks like a doorman. I think he's a French vanilla ice man. He's asking me for ID. I'm like, Peach, what the hell are you talking about? I'm 19. So I give him a kiwi bean. He lets me in, but unfortunately I trip over a step. Oh my goodness, how embarrassing. So, my mind, my love for you, it's way out of line. Magic beam, get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of line. The night goes smoother than planned. Apart from the little hiccup at the start, it's all gone grand. Whenever the guy's trying to chat her up, she gives him the hand. Turns down every dun saying, I'm her man. We get a cab back to my place, we get it on. I take my mango and put my wildberry white on. I marvel at her body, voluptuous curves. She's a real beanie, know about her. Her confidence is sky high. She's the one who's got me on my back. She's saying, baby, this is your night. I'm like, all right, saying worth a go. So I suppose we switch controls, we take controls. Now she's grabbing me softly. Raspberry kissing me, yeah, properly. It's when I'm thinking this girl's gotta be the candy crushing, loving me. Never like this before, man. This is better than sex. Something better that you had with your ex or being wish you'd never met. Nah, no way, man. This had to be love. I couldn't believe what I was saying, but that's what it was. Like a bean and an orange feeling how you've fallen. And after that, nothing seemed important. Get out of my mind, my love for you. It's way out of love. Magic beam, get out of my line, my love. It's way out of line. So now it's my predicament, my watermelon catch-22. I love this beat, but now I have to cut it loose. So I was talking to one of my sour cherries the very next day, and I told him all about my food play. He looks me in a very strange way, asking me, is Magic Bean, what's her real name? If she's sun-kissed and her eyes were apple green, I say, yeah. She said, bruv, that bean expired in 2015.
Yeah, that's, yeah. It's the awkward finish for me. Okay, so guys, please make sure, thank you, Nemo. Please make sure you hit up Nemo, find me Nemo with a favorite. He does have a featured show on the app. It's on
Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Finding Ambition with Nemo. Come along, tune in, #G.
And maybe when you hit up his show, he will find better vocal adrenaline skills. All right, thank you, Nemo. We appreciate you. Stay in the group chat, and we will let you know if you are one of the winners. I do like the song. I like the I and find the beat. Yes. Almost had me, huh? Almost had me. Almost had me. Thank you to everyone once again. If you are here for the first time, I am your host. I am Mesh. Please, please, please make sure that you hit me up with a favorite so you can return every Saturday and any other time you choose. But most importantly, right now, for Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we can all be a part of the storytelling gala on the app. So, Saturdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please favorite my top three supporters of the stream: Top Badge, Smurfy, Skinny Minnie, and the little baby. Well, it's MFN little baby, but we're gonna keep it nice and clean because we're going for featured. So we always want to make sure our language is kept clean. Also, everyone, please make sure that we're being respectful to all of the guests and our judges. And it is quite an act of bravery to come up and regale us with tales. So a big shout out to everyone who's put in a lot of effort, including my judges and Emoji J for creating the video. So please make sure everyone is hit up with a favorite, and much love and appreciation. Now, I believe we still have another storyteller in the audience. If you're having any difficulty in requesting the box, kindly exit and try to come back into the stream. This time, I'm sorry that I'm not able to individually thank everyone for all of the support, but thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. Big shout out to my top three of the stream. Please make sure that you are favoring them along with the storytellers and the judges. And thank you. I believe there's still another storyteller. Lips Shine, are you here? If you're having any difficulty in requesting the box, just exit, and here she is. I know the app can just a little glitchy at times, but we finally got her in. And here we do have her. Guys, please welcome Lipshine. Make sure you hit her up with a favorite. And whenever she's finished, glossing her ashy lips, she's going to introduce herself and jump right into her magical story about the beans.
Got my eye to walking closer and closer and closer while walking towards this bush. It was a bush none like any other. I was tapped on the shoulder. Have you seen this bush before? No, but those beans look amazing. I think they would be on top of potatoes. I think they would be good with a bag of tomatoes. Hey, beans, no beans left behind. But these beans were not like any other. You couldn't pick the bean off the stalk. You had to shake the bush lightly and gently to get the bean off the stalk for me. But you couldn't cook them like you would do any other. Like my mama told me, you had to wash them, you had to soak them, you had to make sure that the husk and everything was off of them. But these beans, they were magical. They came off the bush and they started dancing and doing a jig and going back and forth. I don't think we're supposed to eat these beans. I had to catch my breath. Those beans, They were dancing all over the place. It was such a magical experience. It was me and the magic beans throwing different for. We were doing the wobble. We were doing the squat double. We were doing everything but what we were supposed to be doing. Because I, none like any other, wanted to eat one of these beans because they looked so good and amazing. Could you imagine a bean wrapped up so gently, glassing and shining and looking so amazing that you just wanted to consume them like any other? But these beans became my friend. They were my friends. They befriended me. They were magical beings. They told me tales like any other. They told me secrets that I can't even tell you. But at the end of it all, do you know what? These beans just gave me gas, and I just had to pass it. So I'm passing this bean story to you because I don't want none other like myself, to have gas that gave me from these magical beans. The end. I'm done with these magical beans, Mesh. I'm done.
Guys, if you don't have her already favorited, please do so. And she does also have a featured show on the app. If you want to promote that, tell us.
Yes, we do have a featured show called Find the Line with Lip Shine. It's none show like any other. I thank you for everybody that's been supporting me. This week is going to be an amazing week. We have the TSA crew on the show. If you want to be on the show, definitely hit my IG link in my bio, and you can definitely be on the show. We run contestants every week. If you got two friends that want to be with you, we run 3 contestants every week. So look forward to seeing you Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Great. Tell us just a little bit more about the show that you have. Find the Line. What is that show really about? What line are you finding?
It's a virtual wheel. So, you know, we like to run wheels as gifters. Why not be on the show where there's a virtual wheel with points? There's 26 letters in the alphabet. 21 of them are consonants. So you have to have 250 points off the wheel to be able to buy a vowel. There's puzzle games. There's categories for these puzzles. And you will pick the letters. And if you can solve that puzzle line called Find the Line, then you will be the overall winner of the round and possibly overall winner of the show.
Great. Sounds amazing. Guys, please do make sure that you hit her up in her DMs if you'd like to be a guest on her show. Lex, you did amazing. Love you, girl.
Thank you. Bye.
Keep those ships shining. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of our storytelling tales for this week. Welcome to everyone who has been here and who has been visiting every single Saturday and keeping our show lit. I am Mej. Please hit that star above my name and hit me up with a favorite. Kindly favorite my top 3 supporters of the week. And at this moment, I am going to ask my judges to box up, and what they're going to do is they're going to give us a little feedback on all of the storytellers and what a tale or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 that we had today about these magical beans, all different, all interesting. Who the winner will be. Let's hear from our judges. Let's get some feedback from them. And so to give you a little bit about what the judges are looking for. The judges are going to be looking for your plot, props, your narration, your gestures, your backdrop, how the story is delivered, the content of the story. So please make sure that you are getting those lit stories out, bring out all, drain yourself of all that creativity, because our judges are here to make sure that our ultimate storyteller is revealed. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to welcome top badge, top streamer from the UK, and I'm always looking to speak English when I'm around her. And it is top streamer Smarthy. here to give us her feedback on our 5 storytellers.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the accent from Oliver. Was it Oliver Twist back in the 1920s? I wasn't ready, man.
Hey, I have to have my own entertainment value to this.
I love it.
So
I love it. I feel like I'm going to change my accent, but let's get down to business because I love this show. I absolutely love this show, and I feel like every week it just gets better and better. I think people come in and they're watching it and they're trying to step their game up each week. So let me jump into it. We had Vampy up first with outfit on point. She came prepped. She had her outfit, her makeup, her backdrop. Everything was on point. She spoke about vile children and that we say basil, not basil in the UK, just for future when you do the UK accent. But her costume and makeup, her backdrop, the hand gestures, the dramatics when she was talking about crying, I thought she was really great. Emoji Mike, what an emotional roller coaster we went on. It was a whole and okay vocabulary. I feel like a whole dictionary was pulled out today with Emoji Mike, but it was great wording. The coffee that may have been milk or may not, I'm not entirely sure. The effects, the storybook. He had a whole, I don't know if anyone saw it, he actually pulled up a huge storybook that he was reading from. But the wording kept us on the edge of our seat with the description about seeing the beanstalk, and then it turned into a love story, which was beautiful. We all love a love story. Joe, for me, the dramatics had me hooked, massively had me hooked. The backstory was really intriguing. I liked her backdrop. I don't know whether that was part of today specifically, but her backdrop was fire. The hand gestures, the eye contact, the dramatics really pulled me in. The beans were rotten, but the happy ending was just so beautiful. And then the comments that she put in the comments, I loved as well, finding out that she did adopt her child. So that was beautiful. Moving on to Nemo. Nemo rapped. He did that. So A+ for effort, because that I would never. So shout out for that. Slightly offbeat at points, but we're not going to judge him for that because there's an A for effort, Nemo. We had hand gestures. We had a whole song for the theme and the narrative. So super fun, great backstory. And then we went on to Lips. Now we're talking about dramatics. Lips brought it all. It was a whole dramatic performance. Wash your beans. Wash your beans. Or you know the gas is coming. But I loved her backdrop. I loved the bush shaking that was going on, the dramatics, the slight singing that she done that I'm not sure if everyone picked up on. This is getting really difficult to judge every week, even though we have the categories and the scores. It's getting more and more difficult.
They're also different. They're also different. They all bring something very special to their stories. But we have to declare a winner. Smurfy, thank you. By the way, Smurfy is also in an auction, a top batch auction that I am hosting today. So in just a few hours, you're gonna get a chance to bid on and name change Smurfy. What will she be? What name will she go by? Top Bad Jill is also in the house, and she will also be in my auction. So make sure you favorite all the top streamers, and you'll see them later today when they're on. Smurfy, I love you. Thank you so much. Jill, I see you, love. And here goes our next judge. Kitty Commander, who is amazing and does all the flyers for the shows. If you need a flyer done, I'm going to go quick promo. Hit up Kitty Commander. She does all sorts of graphics, all of my flyers, every single thing, all the flyers for the top badges, meet and greet, everything from a Mejstory. It's all her creativity. Make sure you hit her up with a favorite. She will do them for you. Make sure you check with her about everything else. Kitty Commander, let's get your feedback, honey.
Okay, so Vampy, woo-wee! Vampy, I loved your costume. Vampy, I can always count on you for an incredible story. I loved your story. Basil's. I have never heard anybody say the word basil or basil so many times in any story of my life. And I knew that this story was about basil, and I loved your dramatic appeal. I loved your props. All part of it. It was great. Thank you, Vampy. Mike, that British accent, it
was incredible. Like, I don't know what Smurfy like felt about it, but Chuck loved it too. Chuck is like a big fan. Go Chuck. Go. Anyways, sorry. Chuck is just wanting to say hi to everybody. So it was great. I loved it. I didn't know if it was cream or coffee that was coming out of the coffee cup. Um, I got a little lost, but I reared back in because I just know that I think the cup had a limited coffee, right? I think it was unlimited coffee, and I really want a cup like that. I loved it. Joe Best, what a lovely story. I think that it was like relating to your daughter, right? And I was like, wow, this is like a really nice allegory. I was like, what's the word I want to use? It's like an allegory. And it was really beautiful. Nemo, I have to say, yeah, that was an incredible effort, and I really loved all of the I tried to keep track of all the times that you were saying a flavor, and I just lost track around like 15. I think I was lost track around 15. And so like I don't think your beans tasted anything like beans, and I think they were just, tasting like a fruity drinks or something. I loved it. It was really hard. You did incredible. Lips, my favorite line was the wobble squat dobble. The wobble squat dobble was that was my favorite. I wrote it down even in my book. I said wobble squat dobble, what is that? And then I really loved the fact that at the end you were like, but don't eat the beans, basically. That it was epic. I loved the acting, the dramatic appeal was really good. You really gave us good eye contact throughout your story. I really liked, I didn't know if your backdrop was intentional or not, but I liked the backdrop with it as well. So I think it was a really good story, Tate. And I agree with Smurfy. It is getting harder and harder each week to judge these incredible storytellers. I have no idea who's going to be the winner, but I loved it. Thank you, everybody. Right. Quite a set of storytellers. And for anyone now joining us, welcome to Once Upon a Mejstory. I am your host, Mej. Please make sure you hit that star above my name and favorite me. Please favorite my top 3 supporters of the stream. And every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's storytelling time. And I am going to see what the judges have to say about. It's going to be a little tough. Faved you. Thank you, Booyah. Appreciate you. My bouncer favoring me. Good job. So make sure that you are also hitting up all my top 3 of the streams. And what did everyone think? Did you have a favorite? Can you spam the emoji or the name of the person that you like? Let's see. We had 5 storytellers today. We had Lips Shine. We had Find Me Nemo. We had Vampy. We also had Joe Bessie, my sissy. And we also had Emoji Mike. Who was your favorite? Who we got? You're supposed to be spamming your own emojis, not mine. Oh, there's my sissy. All right, yeah, and I don't get to contribute towards the panel because just in case anyone thinks that, I'm partial to any particular storyteller, I have absolutely no say. I would say, that's all right, love. You'll make it next time. Let's see. Okay, they're still deliberating. Oh my God, this really was a toughie. Raiders. Oh, the rest of your little boyfriends might hear me. They were all great. It's they're all creative and they all took on a different spin on everything. So it was quite interesting. I really enjoyed. Thank you, sir. So different and fun, and that's what this is meant to be. The stories are going to be kept, for the most part, fictional, but we do like everyone adding their flair or their energy into it because we want to give everyone the opportunity to be as creative as possible. This app is filled with amazingly creative energies. We should be able to tap into this. So if anyone would like to be a storyteller on this show, please, please make sure you send me a message on Instagram. It's Mej_live streamer. You can also message Boricua Queen. She is in the audience. She's one of the admins for the show. Also Canon. She may or may not be in. I know they're all tasked with so many different things, but Boricua Queen is definitely here. I see her. She's waving her hands like she just don't care. And actually, I just made that up. She just said hello. Actually, she said hell. Then she said hello. All right, but you can also message me as well. Doing the wobble. I think that might be a thing, Liv Shine. The wobble might be a thing. But you know what? Nemo almost had me. I thought there was going to be like a hook. And I was getting engaged with the rap. I liked the little beat part. And I was getting ready to dance. So you almost had me on that hook. I was trying to figure it out, but I wanted to get engaged with that little rap beat thing. And so it can be, one of the dancers in the back. Anybody else want to be a dancer? And is anyone, thank you, Nemo. Did anyone have a favorite? Who's your favorite? Come on, we have a ton of people in here. Whoever listened to all the stories, do you have a favorite? Who do you think should win? I see one for lips. I see someone doing a cartwheel. Oh, they were all amazing. Maybe I should talk about some magic beans that I found when I was visiting Raiders G. So here's a tale of magic beans that are found in a little cubicle in parts unknown. So as I was thrust into this small confined area, what did I see lurking behind the cot? Just right on the floor, not in plain sight, something growing and growing and growing. What could it be? I say to myself. They looked so small, but then grew to a humongous stalk. What would it bear? What could it do? So I turned to the person next to me. His name is Raiders G, and said, "What? Oh, what could it be, Raiders G? You've been here longer than me." To which he replied, "A little trick, a little flick, come quick." All right, that was just me trying to stall it through. All right. The story to be continued. Mejstory 1, yes, we're done. Okay, so the person that I just put in, it should have been very close. Okay, and drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Let's see some drumming in there. Let's see some drumming. And so here's a question for the winner of this round, for this week. after the drum rolls are done, can you please tell us, after you can reintroduce yourself as well, but please tell us what inspired you to share this story, My Story Win. You always win, always will win in my books. So drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Please request the box. The winner is, can I see all of the storytellers? Can all the storytellers put a 1 in the comments? Let's make sure everybody's here. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, I see 4, I see 5. Perfect. I see all the ones. All right. So it was a very close call, and I believe a conference call was held. The declared winner, please request the box. Find Me Nemo is our storyteller winner of the week. Please request the box. No, I think it was the beats. I think you hooked them with the beats. Congratulations to Find Me Nemo. Nemo, what inspired you to share this story or to create this story? Why don't you give us a backdrop on it?
Maybe you could use that as a flavor, but I didn't see it in the official website statistics.
Gotcha. I liked how the comments were just going. Well, congratulations again, sir. We will be reaching out to you when we have the ultimate storyteller is ready. You are one of the winners. So when we have a face-off of winner versus winner, champion, Titan versus Titan, we will let you know. But congratulations. You want to plug your, I know you just want to, okay, let me keep it. I know you want to plug your show. Can you remind us and tell us a little bit about your show?
Well, before I do that, I would just like to congratulate all the other contestants because I thought they did. Vampy, I saw you and I was like, no one's going to like these lights. You can't even see them. I was like, well, that'll do it. But yes, I do have a show. It's a featured show every Thursday. It's Finding Ambition with Nemo. We have 1 or 2 guests. We trying to inspire, motivate, and find some of your own goals. And that's what we do every Thursday at 4 p.m. However, Eastern Standard Time. Kitty Commanders, Meow Meow Battle, Your Top Badge Battle. Guys, this weekend, it's all happening. It's all happening. So make sure you have everyone favorited here. It's super exciting.
I like his little...
Hey, copywritten. When you do that, you have to say Nemo's.
Okay, gotcha. Well, since that we're married, don't we share equal, proprietorship on everything you do? You told me I'm your favorite.
You're my only fan. You're my one and truest only fan. Yes, Mej, absolutely.
All right, guys, make sure you please hit him up on his IG if you'd like to be a guest on his show. Please do also make sure you're also favorite him so you can pop in, even if you don't want to be a guest. You can go and listen. His stories are quite amazing. They're very inspirational, and you can always find a good storyline in there and something from that show. Thank you so much, Nemo. I appreciate you.
You're amazing, Mej. Bye.
Yes. In the words that I famously say, I know. Guys, that wraps up our story for the day. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you to Emoji J for creating the intro, also for recording the shows. Thank you to all of my guests, Lips Shine, Vampy, Emoji Mike, Joe Best, my sissy, and of course, our winner, Find Me Nemo. Special thank you to our judges today, top streamer, top badge in the UK, the beautiful Smurfy, and one of my dearest friends on and off the app, Katie Commander. Amazing judges. Thank you so much for all of your time and energies, everyone. You are the reason why the show will be successful because we are all in it together. Thank you to everyone for all of their hard work and creativity, their energies. I appreciate. I see all of you. One last shout out. Please favorite my top 3 of the stream. It is Little Baby, Top Badge, Smurfy, and Skinny Mini. Make sure you hit up my top 3 of the stream. I appreciate every single one. Thank you. I'm going to sign off. Guys, there is a top badge auction hosted by yours truly starting at 6:25. I'll be on just a little bit before. Please come help spam some comments. Keep in there. Come grab yourself as much clout as you possibly can. Grab yourself a top streamer. Change your name for 5 days. Do whatever you want with it. Thank you. Much love, everybody.